Okay, so for me, the inspect tool I found really useful. I found it a really powerful tool within the PIX4DCloud toolkit. What the inspect tool allows you to do is zero in on an area of interest and access the original image that was used to create that big ortho mosaic. You may need to take it offline for an offline report, or just look at the original image with its original resolution. Maybe it'll just garner a little bit more detail. So I'll take you through that now. So on the PIX4DCloud data set, again on our toolkit on the right hand side, down at the bottom, you've got the inspect tool. And if you click on this, that's going to then load up all of the images in the background that were used to create this ortho mosaic. Now, it's important that all of the images have been uploaded to PIX4DCloud, otherwise this inspect tool won't work. So it depends on your requirement and what was requested when the data set was created. But providing the images are there in the background, you've got this inspect tool available to you. So with the inspect tool selected, we can now zero in on an area of interest, and with our crosshair, a little bit difficult to see on the grey road, but with our crosshair, if we select an area of interest on the ortho mosaic, what the system will then do on the right hand side is load up all of the images that were used to create that particular section of the ortho mosaic. And these are the original images here on the right hand side. And to make it a bit easier to view, you can just hover over this panel and just slide it out a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier to view rather than the narrow little panel. And across the bottom, we've got 10 images there of the same point. If you imagine the drone going over, taking a series of images, this will be those 10 images that were used to create this particular part. Now that we've got that original image loaded up, there's a few things available to us. We can view it in full screen, or what I find really powerful and what a lot of clients will use is to export that image. So if we hover over at the top here on the export button, it will then take us to effectively a full screen view. And now we've got a number of options. We can export it in its original format, bearing in mind the image is going to be quite large in size using a high resolution camera. Or down at the bottom, we can manually retype and re-edit the resolution of the image. If you want to bring it down, make it a little bit more portable. But assuming we want to take the original image because we're happy with the size of it and we want to work with as much detail as possible, we can just simply click the export button, select where we want to export it to, and that's it. We now have our original image available to view. 116 megabytes in size, which is not particularly portable, but if detail is what we care about, we now have this original image that we can zoom in on and get some really good insight from. We can close that out, and then if we just click on the cross button to take us back to the beginning, and then click on the select and modify option, we're back to the beginning now. We're out of that inspect tool. So that's how to use the inspect tool to perhaps get the original image if it's that super detail that we might need a bit more than what the ortho mosaic's giving us, or we just need to take a file or files offline for an external report.